Hari Om Tat Sat. Welcome to Jyotirmayananda Society, a journey to self-realization. Please subscribe our channel for the mystical meanings of the scriptures and to enjoy daily satsang. We are currently exploring the book Katha Upanishad, Mystery of the Soul, authored by Swami Jyotirmayananda, narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilananda. So we have just started this and we'll be starting today with part 1. The Upanishads constitute the highest wisdom of the Vedas. They are also known as the Vedanta or the end of the Vedas, the concluding or the wisdom portion of the Vedas, because they are the consummation of the Vedic literature. Students of the Vedanta philosophy study the Upanishads under the guidance of a guru or a spiritual master, practicing great vows of yamas and niyamas, ethical restraints and practices such as non-violence, truthfulness, purity, etc. Having studied through hearing these scriptures elaborated by the guru, the teacher, they reflect on their meaning, then having ascertained the nature of the self, they practice meditation until the self is realized. This is the traditional way, also known as the Guru Shishya Parampara, or the tradition through which this wisdom of the self is achieved. The Upanishads, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and Brahma Sutras, also known as the aphorisms of Vedantic philosophy. These constitute the threefold basis for the study of Vedanta. Therefore, these three are called Prasthantrayi. The Upanishads, this term has various meanings. It means approaching God, sitting near Guru, mystery of the self, secret teaching, destroyer of ignorance, etc. Up means below, close by, and Shad means destroy the existing concepts of life, or basically remove ignorance. That is the meaning of Upanishad in Sanskrit. The Upanishads are also known as Shrutis or revelations, or that which is to be heard. There is no scripture as elevating and inspiring as the Upanishads. That's why they also say Bhagavad Gita is the essence of Upanishads. Katha Upanishad is one of the most important Upanishads. It reads like a story. Its literary style is unique. Its poetic value is excellent. Its insights into the philosophical wisdom is unsurpassable. It has been praised by the great scholars of the East and the West. It belongs to the Katha branch of the Krishna Yajurveda. It has two chapters, each having three sections, which are called Vallis or creepers. Every Upanishad starts with a peace chant. So let us start the peace chant for this Upanishad. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi. May the Supreme Being protect us both, the teacher and the disciple. May we work together for the attainment of knowledge. May the knowledge studied by us become luminous. May we not disagree or quarrel with each other. Om Peace, Peace, Peace. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. This peace chant emphasizes the need of harmony between the teacher and the disciple. A spiritual preceptor is like a boat that enables the disciple to go beyond the world process. A disciple must not be concerned with the external limitations in the personality of the preceptor. No matter whether a boat is externally adorned or not, its efficacy lies in its ability to take you across the river. In the same way, the efficacy of a guru, a spiritual preceptor, a teacher lies in his ability to lead you on to self realization. The guru has already accomplished the purpose of his life. However, the expression may we work together for the attainment of knowledge is meant to highlight the harmony part between the guru and the disciple. The guru sees himself struggling through the disciple. This act of attunement is meant to encourage, inspire, and guide the disciple towards the ascending summits of wisdom and realization. The utterances of peace three times is meant to remove the three types of miseries which offer obstacles to the practice of wisdom. Adhyatmika means subjective, referring to body and mind such as cold, cough, fever, and grief, etc. Adi Bhautika is objective. These are miseries due to the objects of the world, such as thieves, scorpions, enemies, wild beasts, basically interacting with others. And third is Adi Bhautika, known as heavenly, Daivik. They are miseries due to thunderbolts, sudden earthquakes, famine, flood, etc. May there be threefold peace arising out of the elimination of these three miseries, because it is during peace that the student can receive the teaching without interruption. Therefore, we always say Shanti, 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 peace three times. So, let's begin with the main topic of the Katha Upanishad, chapter 1, section 1, also known as vallis in Hindi or creepers, and there are 29 mantras in this chapter. I will not narrate the Sanskrit portion because then that would extend it, and they're very involved, much more complicated mantras than just the simpler Bhagavad Gita version. So, just to simplify the process and to keep our daily satsang more balanced, I will just give you the meaning of each mantra and Swamiji's interpretation. Mantra number one: Om. Once the son of Vajashrava, desirous of the fruit of sacrifice, gave away all his wealth to the Brahmanas. He had a son whose name was Nachiketas. There lived a sage in ancient time. He was known by various names: Gautama, Odalaki, Aruni, and Vajashrava. In the past, in Sanatan Dharma, there were many attributes given to people, and therefore they had many names. Even today, when we do special prayers such as Vishnu Sahasranam or Devi Sahasranam, basically thousands of names of God we give to glorify them as well as to develop our devotion. So that was the tradition even for highly advanced sages with the different names was not uncommon. Desirous of heaven, the reward of sacrifices, he commenced to perform the sacrifice called Vishwajit. Vishwajit means winning the world, conquering the world. In this sacrifice, the performer gives away all that he possesses in the form of gifts to the Brahmanas or the learned ones. He had a son, Nachiketas. Mantra number two: Nachiketas, who was yet a boy of 5 years, was overcome by divine faith when the gifts were being given, and he thought thus: Udalaka loved his son most dearly. The wealth of Udalaka was mostly in the form of cows. The sage had divided the cows into two groups. All young and milk cows were kept in one group for the sake of his son Nachiketas. All old and barren cows were kept in another group to be given as charity. These old cows were too weak to eat or drink. They could not give milk also. Uddalaka commenced his charity by giving away these barren and emaciated cows. He kept all beautiful and young cows for his own son Nachiketas. Nachiketas had great faith in the scriptures. Seeing the improper charity of his father, he reflected within himself: whatever action is conducive to the happiness of others leads one to happiness here and thereafter. This is the teaching of the scriptures. My father is giving away old cows to the Brahmanas, but these cows cannot increase the happiness of the recipients On the other hand, they will be a cause of pain. What use are these cows? Just imagine a boy of 5. So each soul is um, a yogi or advanced. Sometimes these kids we may give birth to might have done a lot of tapasya in their past, as we are seeing in this story. Nachiketa, as only 5, had this introspection and incisive thought about what his father was doing was wrong. Mantra number 3. These cows have finished drinking, finished grazing, finished giving milk. They are barren. Those who give such gifts go to the joyless worlds. In brief, poetic style, the pitiable condition of the cows is vividly portrayed. Nachiketas continues reflecting, those who do harm to the Brahmanas attain joyless worlds hereafter. My father will experience pain due to his wrong deeds. I must save my father. All the possessions of man in the forms of cows, sons, wives, and land are wealth as long as they serve the cause of happiness here in this world and hereafter in the heaven. But when they do not serve this cause, they are like iron fetters to imprison the man. So the same thing can become an asset or a liability, a cause of your misery or a cause of your happiness, depending on which state it is in. I am the son of Uddalaka, therefore I am wealth for my father. That son who does not ward off the danger of hell from the path of his father is really no son. Therefore, may I induce my father to give me away in charity. Let me ask my father to whom he will give me. Hearing my words, the father will understand my purpose. He will correct his mistake. He will give away all the good cows to the Brahmanas. Even if my father does not understand my intention, hearing my words, he will surely ask me, and I shall explain to him. Thus, reflecting within himself, he asked his father. So, think about what's going on in this mind of this innocent little 5-year-old. He wants his father to not suffer. Mantra 4 we will cover in tomorrow's satsang. This is Swami Nikhilananda. Hari Om Tat Sat.